welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let us continue from where we left off. I believe this is an interesting situation where we just took a, 30-minute recess or something like that, and then we're going into the case or the trial again. So I don't know how long this is going to be. If it's going to be a short period of a case or a trial, then the investigation part, then we'll just do both together. So let's see how this plays out. Because I don't think we really had anything like this where it's like, okay, let's pause for a bit and then reevaluate and then come back. But I don't really get much other evidence. And this individual keeps pulling evidence out of their basket or whatever, where they keep their lunches. I don't know if they're speed creating lunches while testifying, but I don't know. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyways? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with the piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I hope they're going to investigate it or find it or retrieve it or something. I'm the only one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh, partner? No, it's this guy. Mr. Wild West over here. Aren't we supposed to be in Japan? What are you doing here? I know it's like localizing it to, Actually, is it localizing it? It's so weird. Because a whole bunch of the characters feel more Japanese, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're actually in like... We're in like New York or something. Like, what? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. No, that's not true actually, it's just the waving motion of an object. The color doesn't matter. The color might matter depending on if the bull can see a certain color, so if you wave something that it can't really see, then that's different, but yeah. That's what they told me when I was a youngin' at least. Officer Marshall, what are you doing here? I thought I'd come take a look and see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, that hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyways? I assume they're like, nobody's allowed in the court place, Edgeworth's a terrible person, the chief prosecutor's a terrible person, most of the investigators that are siding with them are terrible people, all the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you get enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about a chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. He wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? Well, maybe she just lost it at the awards ceremony? Or it's what's stuck in the tailpipe? The muffler is in the muffler? There's no other or. She was arrested right there on the scene, right? And a picture was taken right after the murder, supposedly. And she didn't have it then. Yet she kept the jacket on that had blood on it. So... I don't know. What's so important about this damn muffler? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner. Sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. No, I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we submitting now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Okay, might as well. After this trial, I'll hold you to that. Even if you end up getting arrested. At the end of all this, I don't know who's actually responsible. You, her, the security guard boyfriend, somebody. I'd like to resume. Are you sure? I don't know, we could take a recess or something, take a pause for till tomorrow, do some investigation. Oh, the judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Yeah, the prosecution ain't looking too good. Something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. What? What's happened? I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Who knows? Only time will tell. Well then, I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. What? Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me? Knock knock? Who's there? I don't know. Who's knocking? Where are they knocking? A non-human entity has entered the courtroom. From space, presumably. What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. I don't like anything about what I'm seeing. How are you related to or involved in anything at all, period? What are you? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on Earth is he? Not from Earth. Ah, it's you. You who? Are we gonna get any... Oh, sorry I'm late. Udgi? The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Udgi. How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy smizzy, Udgi, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgi seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you're Wrightio, or Wrighto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. What about our little, Worthy giving you all that trouble? Oh, Worthy. Edgeworth. Our little Worthy. Who are you again, though? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? That's right. You don't know who the district chief of police? No, actually, I didn't. I thought I met him a few trials ago, who created the little stuffed animal and wanted it to be the, mascot, but no, I guess that was a lesser individual. Chief of police? He's a top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Is he human? Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fella. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. The muffler from the muffler. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. I mean, you could literally just turn around. She should be on the defense side. She should be sitting there. You could have asked her. But I think it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. The muffler in the muffler. It's the muffler in the muffler case. On little Worthy's car, no less. Well, in his car. Sorry, on his car. What is this? Really quite embarrassing, even for us. What? Well, what's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. What? Chief. What kind of outfit are you running? I don't know. Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? I guess that's why he's upset. If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. Well, I mean, that's the whole problem, right? And even when they do their job, I missed all of that because I was talking. I'm telling you to wait, or didn't you hear me? Even when they do their job, prosecutors like Edgeworth and his mentor, I forget his name already, Karma, both of them just disregard evidence, disappear evidence, and falsify testimony and all that. So, it's a corrupt system all around. Like, when the defense attorney has to play both investigator and prosecutor and find who done it all at the same time while defending their client, then you know the system's broke. Or at least, maybe the system's not broke, but all the people in it are. They're the ones that need to be purged. And, of course, rules would need to be put in place to ensure things like that don't happen. More rules if there aren't already. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. Okay, there's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head in clouds because you got an award? I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Because Edgeworth, you're an investigator, right? This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. Okay, you can do that. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push this switch and... I cut my finger, Mr. Wright. I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Oh. Yes, you would. You have two hands, and even if you did cut your finger, even if it was bad, you'd still be able to do it. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at the people anymore. Yes, you would. Nothing would stop you. Just have a bandage on it. Or a lot of bandages. Or just super glue it back together. It's probably not sharp enough to cut your finger off. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Oh, okay, you do it. I'm not doing a thing. Okay, time for this game. Let us click the button. Switch. Blade. Hoya. Don't scare me like that. well, either this is rust or this is dried blood. And we're missing the rest of it, I think. I think it's just like the tip part that's here. Because this goes into like here. It can only be like this big. So, and I'm sure there's more of it here, because if it just ended right here, it wouldn't be too stable. So it probably goes in quite a ways, so the tip is just, it's missing the tip. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade, the tip is broken off. And this dark red stain, blood. Did they not test it before they brought it over? They had a whole 30 minutes. Front of the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife? Sure thing, no problem. Not even a little one, really. I don't like this man. From the top to the bottom, the police are all corrupt and the prosecutors are all corrupt. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why? Unless there's evidence to prove a contradiction between this knife and Goodman. So that means there is. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Why? A detective was killed at the police department. See? Oh, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't make much about it, or can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgi. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Cool. Oh, wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. Well, not if it was all planned. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Well, he wasn't really a witness. Very well. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. I guess I'll just press on everything and see what happens, I guess. I don't know what else to do. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. What do you mean? Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. I see. This is a piece of evidence in yet another case that was used to kill somebody in one of the 2 cases that are currently being investigated. Well, this one's being court right now, and the other one he's top secret investigation. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, a muffler. Within a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a contradiction between the knife and Goodman. Whose blood is on the damn knife? This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connect to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. You're not doing your jobs and there's terrible people working there? Probably including yourself? Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Righto. Okay. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. How are things down at the precinct? This is a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Well, we could go to the present, and we could investigate the knife from in here. Okay, so that's the one interesting thing. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL-6. Maybe it's a case number. That's weird. But I don't remember where. But I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Now we should check the court record again. Okay, before I do that... Can I look at the blood? No? Okay. So then let us check... What is this right here? What was the numbers on those again? SL9-2 versus... SL9. There's no -2, but... I don't know, there's like a 2/21 or 2/12, whichever way that's supposed to be read, but we have to flip this one upside down. Check this. Can I flip it round? No? Okay, I'll have to present this anyways, but is there anything else we can check? Because I don't think SL matches anything else here. Anyways, let's press on this. Let's see what else he has to say. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Uh-huh. You're just supposed to psychically know. No matter, I understand. You're busy with what, Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Just a little murder, that's all. On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it? Udgi. I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. Yeah, maybe I could do all your jobs for you. Literally everybody in this building, I have to do all their jobs. In this building and in some other buildings. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. When the victim died doesn't matter because I have the date of the crime and they probably died around that time. How the victim was killed doesn't matter because we have the knife that killed them. They were stabbed. Where the victim was found might be more interesting, but I assume they were found in the police department. So let's go to the first one. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room. You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? Can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit about this evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. Okay, so I can ask on the rest of them? The time of the crime, but... Can I press on this and get more information? Okay, skip all this. Because he'll be like, okay, I can give you one thing. Yeah, so we technically got him to say something about this, but not really anything. how the victim was killed. I'm pretty sure it's with a knife, right? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we call in the Force a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spear we're cooking now, but you know. It's not the only thing that was exactly the same. The time of death was the same. There are more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like you're gonna have to press a bit harder. Yeah, well, the time is gonna be like right here. Press on this one yet again. And then skip all this text because it's the exact same. And he'll be like, well, I can give you one thing. When the victim died. So when did the murder take place at the police department, or something? I read that right. Now there's a sharp question, right? Oh, very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. And here we go. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place, and a murder at our own place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? I think not. This is just my gut feeling. But I'd say there's a 0.001%. Oh, how's your gut calculating percentages? Chance of that happening. Chief Gant? Please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand. Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together. There is. Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15 at the prosecutor's office. And 1 at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And the knife... what was it doing there? I better check this knife out. I did. I know what to do-ish. So it's not this one. There is evidence to connect it to... so should I do it on this one? I might be able to do it on this one. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Udgy. This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. Now this is important why. Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12/2? No, flip it around. Your Honor. It's upside down. Upside... the printed name on the memo just looks like it's up, right side up. But turn it around. Oh, look at that. SL9. And 221. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on this knife tag. Order. Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Huh. What game is this guy playing? I don't know. He's just messing with stuff. Nobody cares about crime or the truth or murders anymore. Somebody murdered in your own building? Ah, who cares? Let's play jokes. Just mess around. This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So what case was it stolen from? Because that's now 3 cases. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. This is an interesting one. The murders both took place at the exact same time. The knife that was used in the murder at the police department was from the evidence room. Was evidence in another crime, another murder. And somehow, it ends up in the exhaust pipe of the car, where another murder took place at the exact same time, with a different murder weapon, but they both so happen to be knives. There has to be a connection there, sure. What proof do we have that the murder in the prosecution parking lot was at the time they say it was? Well, actually, we have the autopsy report and the check-in of Edgeworth's ticket for his car, his parking ticket. So it narrows it down to the right-ish time. Unless one murder took place, and then the murderer fled. Somebody else was accused of being the murderer. They fled with the murder weapon. Then did the other murder here, and hid it in the exhaust. Could the lunch lady have actually done all that? Because she's the only one that I could think of that would have. Unless it's her and one of her 50 boyfriends that are involved in all of this. They all conspired together. But we know for sure she was there. We know she claims that she was the one who, I don't know, hopped over the fence and arrested, the chief prosecutor. And in that time, if the chief prosecutor wouldn't have had the scarf on, or the muffler on, because in the picture she didn't have it. The picture couldn't have been taken before, it was taken from her. Well then, whoever this murderer is, was plotting this from the beginning, and found an opportunity to get the scarf from her, either because she put it down, she took it off at some point, and it was just stolen. But they still would have had to get it in the car. And the only time they could have done that was before anybody else showed up. So they would have had to slip it in there, either during the murder. It was in the picture, right? Yeah, during the murder. They would have had to done it then. They couldn't have done it during arresting what's-her-name. Okay, so where do we go from here? No official link to this one. Well, it kinda is. I mean, can I just present the exact same thing? It's clearly linked. The time of death, everything is clearly linked. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. What do you mean you don't see a contradiction? Oh, really? Objection overruled. Okay, fine, fine, fine. What was the press on this statement? Well, there is something that ties the two murders together. Yeah, but I did all that. Stolen from the apartment's evidence room. That was a bad day. Oh, this is just going down this hole again. Okay. Is there any other option now in pressing on this one? Can we now ask where the victim was found? The crime took place in the evidence room. Evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? It was evidence in the case stolen from the apartment's evidence room. There's a connection between the two cases. Seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify to the details. How do we do that? Press? Is that how we do it? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Killed in the same way as well. Killed at the same time as well. Killed in the same fashion as well. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deducted right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information? Unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. Oh, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department. Okay, why though? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. But you never do. None of your people do. Even you yourself don't. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's... victim's ID number? Would that even help at all? I don't know if gender matters. Division, perhaps? Are they also like a detective? Are they like in the same division as the one murdered in the prosecutor's office? Or in the prosecutor's parking lot? Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Ha ha ha. Criminal Affairs Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases. Homicide, that would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives are killed at 5:15, 1 at the prosecutor's office, and 1 at the police department. And that knife, what was it doing there? Well, I mean, I can't even see the knife right now because the text is in the way, but it would be down here. And I better check this knife out. I already did. What, can I check the knife again? Is there gonna be more now? I cannot look at the blood, no. It's just the tag and I've already done that. Unless there's more secret evidence within the knife. Okay, how do I get back? Oops. I messed that one up. Okay. Gonna have to go through all that again. This one, this one, this one. I'll cooperate, but blah blah blah. Okay, so I can press on this again. And we could ask about the ID number. Well, how about you tell us the victim's ID number? Yeah, sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. Don't tell me the name, after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... 5842189. Is that important? Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 5842 or something. Can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? ID number of the victim in the police department, 5842 189. What? This is Goodman's ID, though. How is that possible? You can't tell me where the body is, because I already know where the body is. He was murdered with that knife in the evidence room, and his body ended up in the prosecutor's parking lot in Edgeworth's car. That's what's going on. Okay. This tells me something for sure. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. You think? Meaning? Let me do a thing. I know what it is. It has to be what I think it is. What does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You see the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. It tells you something. What does it tell you? It tells me this. Witness. This. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing. Like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. No, they're murdered at the same time because it's the same person. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I am a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is... the exact same number. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. It started with a 82... I'm forgotten. You didn't even get the first number again right again. Oh my god, this guy. The number the chief police gave us was the exact same number. Well, wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Sharp as a tack, righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet the Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time. In a completely different location. Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. Oh, what? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have I heard that name before? Wait, Is that random dude that showed up here? Yeah, this one. I think he's from a different anime. Excuse me, is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. The request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me, he said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Dr. Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then okay. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. I was just doing my job. No, you're doing everybody else's job. No. Edgeworth, you might as well quit. Might be for your own good. Seems we have come to the end of this trial. Have we? I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. That with all the rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Oh, there's probably been worse. Innocent people have probably gone to jail because of this court. Because of Edgeworth, and because of his mentor. I'll grant one further day, as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whether your punishment for this is for your sake, I hope it's not indecisive. Whatever your punishment for this case is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Well, damn. Okay. That was a lot. And yes, this part 2 of the case did take almost an hour. And we still have another investigation and a trial to go, so... damn. I guess this one might just be a 2-day one, where it's like... investigation, then trial, and trial part 2, and then investigation and trial finale, I'm guessing. Instead of like investigation, trial, investigation, trial, investigation, trial over the course of 3 days. But either way, we will leave this here. It'll be interesting to try to investigate this one even further now that new evidence has surfaced. Hopefully we'll get access to the police department's evidence room or whatever. I'm guessing that's different than the other evidence room that we've been to, or maybe it's the exact same evidence room that we've always known. And we'll be able to see more information about that and more information about whatever this random case is that had been tried in court some time ago and already dealt with and all of that. Because this knife is connected to that case. And clearly Detective Goodman was looking into that case for reasons unknown. He was looking into that case, he gets murdered either because of that or just a coincidence that he just happened to be looking into this case, then he got murdered. And his body was somehow transported from the place of the murder in the evidence room in the police department, all the way to the parking lot of the prosecutor's office, and somebody else was blamed for that murder, which is insane. But of course, there's a very good food truck that you could hide a body in and move it over there. The only problem would be, how would you gain access to the other side of the area, and how did no security cameras or anything catch you doing that? I would assume security cameras are always running, or they're motion triggered. Or they're triggered anytime somebody tries to enter the facility, either from B side or A side. Because Miss I Have All of the Boyfriends could have very easily swiped a badge from one of her boyfriends or something like that, and swiped in at area A to go into that location, and then left and come back round to B and park over there in the visitors parking. But either way, we will see where this goes in the next episode. Leave a like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see everybody in the next episode. Okay.